Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. Today is Happy Place Day. Welcome to my vlog of Happy Place Day. If you don't know, if you're not a reader, if you are living under a rock, Emily Henry's new book released today, and I'm literally so excited, but I pre-ordered it and it is not here. And it probably won't get here until tomorrow, maybe Thursday, and I have no patience and no self-control, so I'm gonna go get it and then return my pre-order because I need the book right now and I want to read it, and I can't focus on anything else until I read it because I need to know everything that happens. I need to, you know, feel the emotions. I need to have it in my hands. I need to go to a bookstore and see it in person, you know? So that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to read it for this vlog. It's gonna be a reading vlog for Happy Place, but I'm also gonna take you along as I go get it from Books A Million. So this is spoiler free, so I'm not gonna say anything spoilery in this video. I usually do spoiler free reading vlogs, but I love doing vlogs or reading vlogs of a book that just released, so you're able to watch a reading vlog in the same week that it releases, so you know my thoughts, if it's worth the read, even though my opinion isn't everything. But if you want to know my opinion, my thoughts on the book, I am gonna tell you. I did really enjoy all of her other books. I read Beach Read last year and really loved it, and I read Book Lovers when it came out and I really enjoyed that one as well. Not as much as Beach Read. And then I just read People We Meet on Vacation like a month ago in March and really enjoyed that one as well. So I feel like I'm just gonna enjoy it. The tropes, everything about it just makes me feel like I'm going to enjoy it. Let's go. I'm gonna let the dogs out and then I'm gonna go get a Happy Place, and I'm so excited. Guys, I'm home and I got Happy Place. I'm so excited. First of all, look at this. It's beautiful. It's stunning. I think we're all a little annoyed that it's hardcover, but honestly, it's beautiful. Like, the spine is so good. Everything about it is so beautiful. I'm so excited. I cannot believe this is in my hands. I feel like we've been waiting for this release day for so long, and it's here and in my hands. Also, when I went there, they didn't have any books out at my Books A Million. They had them on the cart, so I was just like looking through the cart, and there were some signed copies, and I was thinking about getting that one, or a signed copy, because it was like a sticker you could peel off, but the actual hardcover of that one is yellow and white, and the actual hardcover of this one is pink. I don't know why. There's a difference, I guess, if you can like tell the difference. I don't really know. But I got the one that isn't signed because I really wanted the pink hardcover because I like pink more than yellow and white. Like, if I take this sleeve off, I want to have like a pretty pink book and not a yellow and white. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I didn't get the signed copy. It doesn't really matter to me, to be honest. First of all, the font is so fun. Like, the title is the same font as, or the title of the chapter is the same font as the title, or is the font on the front of the book. Literally can't speak, which is fun. Anyways, okay, that's all. I'm gonna get a shower and then I'm gonna read. Okay. Hello, it is a lot later and I got a shower and read some, and then me and Ethan watched The Rookie and ate supper, and I thought I would give you a little initial thoughts of Happy Place. I read 50 pages and didn't read anymore because we wanted to watch The Rookie, and also I feel like from the first 50 pages I feel like it's gonna be a book that I want to savor and like really enjoy every word and like every description, and it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like I need to savor it because my initial reaction is that it is so good. Like, honestly, I'm like obsessed with it. I'm really loving it. And I feel like it's just like so good. I don't know how to explain it. It reminds me of like a summer day. Like, you just want to savor it. It's like a warm summer day, a warm sunny day. You want to savor the moment. You want to savor everything about it. That's how I'm feeling about it so far. I'm loving it. I'm so excited to continue it. I'm probably gonna bring it to work tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm gonna read it at work or I might finish A Curse So Dark and Lonely. We shall see. But I'm definitely gonna finish it in the next couple days. When I say I'm gonna savor it, that means I'm not gonna binge it in one sitting. So this is one of my most anticipated releases of the year, and it's always really disappointing if you have an anticipated release that's not good. So I'm very happy that I'm really enjoying it. Happy Place. Also, I'm like obviously 50 pages in and it's very obvious why the title is Happy Place, and I really love when a title like correlates with the book, like it's talked about in the book or something like that. So you definitely, like, it makes sense why the title is Happy Place, which I really love. I will update you when I read some more. Very excited. It's also just everything about it, like the format, the font. What is in this? Literally, what in the world? I'm so confused. I just flipped through the book and found the sticker. What is this? I'm really confused. Anyways, that's my update. I will let you know when I read some more. minute since I've talked to you. It is the next day, and I read a little bit at work today, but I spent most of the time finishing a fantasy book I was reading because I just wanted to like finish that. I was at a really good part, like with like 200 pages left, and when you're in that point of the fantasy, it's getting really, really good. So I just finished that. It was great. And now I'm continuing Happy Place. I read like 20 pages at work, and I've just been sitting reading. It's so good. I'm loving it so much. I'm on page 106, and I wanted to read a quote that I really, really loved because I've like seen it on Instagram and stuff, but like reading it, I feel like, I don't know, I've noticed this especially when I read People We Meet on Vacation last month by Emily Henry. The way she writes about love, I feel like is just very unique, and the way she describes things, like some people don't like her descriptions or her banter. I personally love it. That's one of the reasons I love her books, because I love the way she describes things. I love the way she writes about love, and I love like the banter between the characters. I find it so funny, and like you're like giddy. Like I was literally at work like giddy. You're like covering your face, kicking your feet, you know, that kind of moment. I love that. And so I just love her writing. And this book, obviously it's, I guess I never say what the book's about, but it's basically a second chance romance with these characters, Wynn and Harriet. They're going on a vacation with their college friends, and basically they had broken up prior to the vacation, but they didn't tell them. And so on the vacation, they're pretending to still be together. So it's kind of the premise. I'm not gonna give too much away at all in this video because I personally keep reading reviews on Instagram, and I feel like they're sharing a little too much that I didn't want to know. So I'm going to share a quote that I read, but if you don't want to hear it, you can skip there. I'll put a timestamp on the screen. It's like not really giving anything away. It's more about just how she feels about him, but I just really wanted to read it. Also, I was talking to one of my friends about this today, but I feel like there's no way anyone could ever write the way that Jessa Hastings writes, but I feel like Emily Henry, the way she describes love is kind of a similar, like the metaphors and things like that. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm gonna read this. It says, "He's become my best friend the way the others did. Bit by bit, sand passing through an hourglass so slowly it's impossible to pin down the moment it happens. When suddenly more my heart belongs to him than doesn't, and I know I'll never get a single grain back. He's a golden boy. I'm a girl whose life has been drawn in shades of gray. I try not to love him. I really try." And I just can't. I just can't handle that because so sweet, like, oh, so good. And it like goes back and forth, like from the past timeline to the present timeline, which is really cool. And I always love that. I love the dual timeline moment. I just closed the book and didn't put my bookmark in there. That was stupid of me. I'm just loving this book. I am like trying to savor it, but also I plan to binge the rest of it tomorrow. Well, not binge it necessarily because it won't be the whole book, but I probably won't read much more tonight because I'll probably watch The Rookie with Ethan because we can't stop watching that show. And tomorrow he works, so while he's at work, I'm gonna do some things and then I'm going to try to finish this book. I'm just loving it. It's so good, and I feel like it's like the perfect like summery read. Like it just gives me like summer vibes. The descriptions, it's set in, where is it set in? Maine? I feel like it says the specific location, Knott's Harbor, Maine. I don't know if that's a real place. I need to look it up. But also I got my pre-order in the mail, and for some reason it is yellow and white. I think I mentioned this when I bought the book at Books A Million, but at Books A Million the yellow and white copies were the signed copies, but I didn't get a signed copy and it's yellow and white, so I'm not really sure why there's different colors. But I'm honestly really glad that I bought a physical copy or like went to the store on release day because I wanted a pink like hardcover instead of the yellow and white because the pink is just prettier. And if you're not understanding what I'm saying, right here, this is pink, like the actual like hardcover of the book is pink if you take the dust jacket off, and in the other book it's yellow and white, and I just like the pink more. Not that I will take this off because the cover is so pretty, but I just liked the pink instead of the yellow white. Anyways, I've heard some things about this book, and like it's not necessarily a rom-com, but I feel like when I go into Emily Henry's books, I'm not expecting a rom-com. Is that just me? Like I feel like Beach Read was pretty emotional. Like I'm not expecting like a Allie Hazelwood like fluffy rom-com when I go into an Emily Henry book, you know? So anyways, especially with the second chance romance, I feel like you were expecting some like, you know, emotion in it. Anyways, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm sitting in my chair. I'm obsessed with it. I will link it below if you are interested. It's linked on my Amazon storefront, and I'm obsessed with it. It's so cozy, so comfy, and it's just the best reading chair. So I'm gonna read. Please listen to this. No, he says quietly, in every universe, it's you for me, even if it's not me for you. Because they were talking about if they were together in multiple universes. Like, I can't.
The last cigarette, broken phone.
Stop right now.
The rain's gonna be really soon.
It doesn't matter how busy life's been, how long the five of us have gone without seeing one another. Meeting at the cottage is like pulling on a favorite sweatshirt, worn to perfection. Time doesn't move the same way when we're there. Things change, but we stretch and grow and make room for one another. Our love's a place we can always come back to, and it'll be waiting, the same as it ever was. You belong here. Emily Henry has outdone herself. And I just don't even know what to do with myself.
To end. I'm afraid that I might fall again. I saw someone coming towards me. That someone's gonna set me free. There she was. 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 There she was.
What do you have?
You know, this is the title of the book.
To this moment, I know it is late, but I have just realized you feel the same way, and you have been waiting for me all along. When my heart was made of stone, when my heart was made of stone. There she was, there she was, there she was, there she was, there she was.
Okay guys, it has been a few days since the last clip that you saw when I finished Happy Place. Here she is in all of her glory. And I've honestly been like preparing myself and trying to figure out how to explain my thoughts on this book because I have a lot of feelings and I don't know how to properly explain them because I have to be honest, this is one of the best books I've ever read. Yeah. So here we are. It's up there with Before We Were Strangers and Yours Truly. And if you watch my videos and if you know me, that's a big statement. That's saying a lot. So I feel like I have so many like thoughts about this book and the way it made me feel, but I don't know how to properly explain them. And it's been a few days and I still don't know. And I also have not started a book or really picked up a book since I finished it because I physically don't know how. Like I don't know how to read another book after this one. I definitely had a book hangover. If you don't know what that is, it's like you read a book and you don't know how to move on, you don't know how to read anything else. You're just kind of like in this haze of the book and you like can't like move on. You know, it's like that TikTok sound that's like, everyone moved on, I stayed here. The TikTok sound with like Taylor Swift's song. That's me currently. I cannot move on. So here we go. I'm gonna try to articulate my thoughts of this book, but I don't know how to properly explain this. I gave this 5 stars. Honestly, I feel like this is like a 6-star, like infinity star type of book. It was so good. I honestly like, I come on here, I film a lot of reading vlogs, I film a lot of obviously my wrap-ups, talk about books I read, and I feel like I like a lot of them. Like the majority of them I really enjoyed. I'll come on here and say, oh my goodness, I love this book so much, you should read it. And that is all true. But then there's those books that you just like won't ever forget, that they will stick in your memory, that you will want to reread them, that you want to recommend them above like everything else. And that is what Happy Place is for me. I cannot stop thinking about this book. I cannot stop like feeling the way that I felt reading this book. Like I don't even know how to put it into words, like truly, like the way Emily Henry writes, I feel like this was her best book. Like writing wise, I feel like there were so many quotes and so many things I wanted to highlight and annotate. I didn't actually annotate this book, but I definitely want to reread it and annotate it, like to have my favorite moments. There were so many of them, so many good quotes that I like took pictures of because I literally could not believe of the words that I was reading. Like this is words on paper and it's, I don't think it'll ever be the same. Literally my favorite book by Emily Henry, her best book, her best writing, her best storytelling. And it was so much more than a romance. It was like about friendship and growing up and like reminiscing and nostalgia for your time in college or like when you were younger, figuring out what you want, figuring out what makes you happy and not what other people expect you to do. And it was just like so raw and real and beautiful and painful, like all the things, and like finding yourself and just like everything wrapped up into one. Like, I feel like this is so much more than a romance, and I just loved truly every single moment of it. I loved every single character. They were so fun, and like the relationships with like all the characters, like their friend group was so much fun to read, and their banter was so good, especially like obviously with Harriet and Wynn, the male main character and female main character, but the like friend group as a whole, they were so funny. I feel like I was like giggling the entire time because they were so funny, and I just love like their relationship and their like dynamic. I thought it was really good, and just like the descriptions of the location, like where they were. It's in Knott's Harbor, Maine. Like the descriptions, well, not even just the descriptions of Knott's Harbor, Maine, but because it's a dual timeline, you see every like kind of moment in Harriet's life, like where she moved, when she went to college, after college, things like that. And you see like the descriptions of all those places, which I really loved. I also loved the title. I feel like she did so good at like having the title be such a part of the story. And like some titles I feel like are just like stuck on there. You don't really know why they're there, but this one was so intentional, and I just love that. And the titles were very like correlating with the title of the book, like the titles of the chapters. And I feel like when you're a reader and when you like love to read, that's the same thing. You are like chasing this feeling that you will like never forget, this like special feeling that you can't explain, and you're like just reading and reading. I feel like that's why we read, because we're just chasing that feeling. Like we want to feel that again. And we can read a lot of good books, the books that we enjoy, that we like read pretty fast, but then you write a book that's just special, like that you can't explain, you don't know how to put into words, that you just won't ever forget, and that you won't ever forget the feeling you had when you read it, and it reminds you of why you love to read. And that's how Happy Place made me feel. So I hope that like kind of explained how I felt about this book, because I truly don't know how to put it into words. It was just so good, and I'm so happy that I have this vlog that I filmed me rating it, because it's really special to look back on, just to like see my reactions as I was editing this, because I've edited most of it up until this point. Also, spice wise, there is a couple scenes that are spicy. It's not too much, like honestly you probably could skim over it. Not too bad, pretty light on the spice. I feel like Emily Henry's books just don't have much spice to them, or like a ton. Also, it is definitely more of an emotional read. Like you look at this cover and you're like thinking rom-com. It's definitely not a rom-com, but since I've read Emily Henry's books, I feel like I don't expect a rom-com. Like I said earlier in this video, I'm not expecting Ali Hazelwood like fluffy. I'm expecting like some emotion, some things like that. I'm expecting kind of like more of an emotional romance, so I wouldn't expect to go into this thinking this is gonna be like happy the whole time, because it's not. It's quite painful at some moments, so just be aware of that. But truly, like literally one of the best books I've ever read, and I highly recommend you read it. I think you'll hopefully love it. The people that don't love it, I truly don't know how. Like I'm trying to wrap my head around that, how you read this book and you didn't love it, but to each their own. I will live in my lane where I'm obsessed with this book. It was just so good, and it's beautiful. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing me read this. I haven't posted on Instagram my thoughts because I've been waiting to finish this video, and I cannot wait to talk about it on Instagram, on my bookstagram, literally every single day of my life. So if you did read this book, let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear. Unless you didn't like it, just spare me. But thank you so much for being here. I am so thankful, and I just feel like so lucky and blessed that I get to read books and talk to people about them, and like just like be giddy over books together. It's so much fun. So anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you very soon for my next video. Bye.